All right, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. You're listening to Planet Green Trees, and we got an exciting show on the horizon. We're waiting on our first call guest, and as we wait, it is time for the news with Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson.
Wait. Where's
oh, I'm looking for it. I was late. I get it. Let me see.
It's not the news if I don't get my proper intro.
I'll tell you. Hold on. We gotta stay with this. By the way, on the break, David Rudoi agreed with me on his reread of Balsma. And we're going to have some commentary from him shortly as he peruses the agro cases, we're calling it. Is that right, David Rudoi?
That's correct. I am ready to talk about it.
Not yet. So looking for the... there we go.
Fascist.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Without further ado, Rick Thompson, the news.
Now it feels like the news. Thanks very much for that, Michael. This is the news. It is September 12th, 2013, and I'm Rick Thompson. In Vermont, Governor Peter Shumlin says he thinks marijuana should be legalized in the state, but just not right now. He says he believes legalizing and taxing marijuana is the direction the country is headed, and, quote, Vermont should be a part of that conversation, unquote. But he says he's not willing to do it yet. Shumlin made the comments Wednesday after being asked about the topic during his weekly news conference. Remember that last month the United States Justice Department said it would not sue to block laws in Colorado and Washington state that allow for recreational use. But on July 1st of this year, Vermont decrimmed possession of small amounts of marijuana. First-time offenders don't get more than a $200 fine for possession. Repeat offenders get increasing fines, $300 and $500. But under the law, marijuana possession will no longer result in the creation of a criminal record. Possession of more than 1 ounce of marijuana still remains a criminal offense, and state law still forbids the cultivation of cannabis plants. Hundreds of people lined up Monday morning to get free joints during an event organized by opponents of Proposition AA, a statewide ballot question over taxing retail marijuana sales in Colorado. Many got their pot and sparked up in front of television cameras and news photographers. Now that riled city council members who've been fearful that the new marijuana law will damage Denver's image. A high-ranking Denver police official on Tuesday defended the department's decision to stand down while scores of people lit up joints during the free pot giveaway in Civic Center Park. Deputy Chief David Quiones said the department wasn't about to incite a riot on Monday over a petty offense. Quote, I would have been in front of this board if we didn't take action, or if we did take action, and I feel more comfortable that we didn't take the action. Now, the council members said things like public consumption of marijuana is against the law, we should enforce the law, that was an embarrassment, there's nothing in free speech that allows you to break the law. And, of course, Council Pearson said images of people openly smoking marijuana does send a bad message around the world as the city is preparing to welcome new retail marijuana industry. Now, why do we care about this council's opinion? Because on Monday they gave initial approval to a whole host of regulations for the businesses and listened to an hour's worth of public comments, including many statements from parents and business people upset about the new industry. And the council holds its final vote on Monday, making this display very untimely for that outcome. In 136 small-type pages, Colorado did become the first state to adopt final rules for recreational marijuana businesses, and those rules were released late Monday. They cover everything from pot shop licensing to inventory tracking to marijuana packaging to advertising. And they also represent the most comprehensive effort to date to take the once all-illegal marijuana market and harness it into what supporters say will be controlled, refined legitimacy. Among the highlights of the rules, until October 2014, recreational marijuana stores must grow themselves all of the pot they sell. Marijuana businesses must use the state's online inventory tracking program to document marijuana's journey from cultivation to processing to sale. Businesses must have a surveillance camera that can document marijuana sales and, quote, guys, the customer and employees' facial features with sufficient clarity to determine identity. So even the patients get videotaped in the transactions. And normally in the news we don't cover opinions, but Bill Piper, who is the National Director of Affairs of the Drug Policy Alliance, had a fantastic editorial, and I just have to take some quotes from it. And he said, "This year is the 40th anniversary of the Drug Enforcement Administration. Now, this is an agency already plagued by scandals. They've recently been revealed to be collaborating with the National Security Agency and the CIA to spy on unsuspecting Americans, and more than 120 groups from across the political spectrum and around the globe have called on Congress to hold hearings on the DEA. There's no doubt the agency should be reformed. It's also worth asking if it should continue to exist." Then there's the DEA's disregard for science, which obstructed a formal request to reschedule marijuana for 16 years, and after being forced by the courts to make a decision, the agency declared marijuana to have no medical value, despite massive evidence to the contrary. There's a robust supply of other DEA debacles. The Department of Justice's Fast and Furious scandal exposed DEA agents who smuggled or laundered millions of dollars in profits for illegal drug organizations as part of an ongoing sting operation. Piper says, "Once we finally get a good look under the hood, we will surely find a corroded and ineffective collection of parts that very likely needs to go." And the final thought for the news today, one of the comments on that particular article said, "The last sound we need to hear from the DEA is the refreshing tune of a toilet pull." That's the news. It's September 12th, 2013, and I am Rick Thompson.